Hey everybody, how are you? It's Peter again for MLB Trade Rumors and Discussions. It is Tuesday, January 28, 2020. Keeping this going every single day for the rest of the year, just like I promised you guys. Okay, two huge topics today. Yesterday was a wonderful day for us Diamondback fans, and today I want to talk about Mookie Betts. And another great topic I want to talk about is how to become the best GM in baseball and how to apply this in other aspects of your life, because I'm going to break down exactly what Mike Hazen did to become probably in the top 3 GMs of baseball and how he had the most successful offseason. But first, we'll go to Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is on his way out of Boston. There's no question about this, okay? Unless these teams back out of a deal, it's really about who feels the pressure the most right now, the Padres or the Dodgers, and who's going to offer the most, okay? Let's start with the Padres. If the Padres don't make this move for Mookie Betts, that's another year that they're not going anywhere, okay? Because if the Dodgers get Mookie Betts, it's a Diamondback-Dodger division already, okay? And the Padres are just going to sit back because Machado just doesn't cut it for them. Tatis is a wonderful young player, but they don't have enough, okay? Hosmer just doesn't seem to be working out. If they get Mookie Betts, then I'm not going to lie to you, that sucks for Diamondbacks and Dodgers, because then you have to play that extremely tough lineup of Mookie Betts, Tommy Pham, Tatis, Machado, Hosmer. That's a tough lineup, okay? That is a really scary lineup. So it's as a Diamondback fan, I'm hoping it's the Padres who get him, just for the fact that I can't stand the Dodgers. They choked. They couldn't get it done before, okay? They haven't got it done, so why do they need to get richer? All right, just go with your prospects. Stop doing it. You know, you're gonna go get him and you're gonna go get Price, right? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get Mookie. You're gonna go because you feel the Diamondbacks coming on you, right? You know it. You know they're right behind you. You can feel the freaking heat breathing down your neck. I was watching this morning and I'm watching Rosenthal and everybody say, Diamondbacks, you know, maybe they could win 87, 88 games. That's a 3-game difference. They got the Diamondbacks winning a 3-game difference with Bumgarner, Marte, and Calhoun. It's comical. That's to me. They got the Dodgers just blowing everybody out the frame. All right, and let me explain something to you. The Dodgers are not that good. If they were that good, they wouldn't have got eliminated right away last year. Okay, period. If their hitting was that amazing, they would have taken it to Washington. They're not that good. I don't care how many games you win. Remember a long time ago when Seattle won so many games and they still lost to the Yankees in the playoffs? It don't mean shit. The Dodgers had their chance a couple years ago. Okay? Granted, Houston cheated their ass off. Okay? But the Dodgers had their chance. The Dodgers have lost Ryu, and if Jansen is not the same, Pollock is always injured. So if they don't get Mookie Betts, I don't give a crap what everybody says. The Diamondbacks are taking that division. Say what you want. Say, starting. Nobody's paying attention to how important this starting Marte, Madison, Bumgarner deal is. Nobody's paying attention to that. Okay? San Diego, on the other hand, if they get Mookie Betts, I mean, can they re-sign him? Is it really worth getting him for 1 year? Because I don't think he's going to re-sign in San Diego. It's just going to be, this is going to be very interesting. As a Diamondback fan, I would love to see him go somewhere else or stay in Boston. That's just the truth. All right? I just expect a Mookie Betts trade within the next 24 hours to 48 hours. Something has to happen. Now I want to talk about Mike Hazen, because I want to explain why I'm getting annoyed with how little respect they have for what Arizona's doing. Everybody's saying, oh, there's some good moves. It's, it's good. It's sneaky good. Maybe they'll get a wild card spot. I don't want to curse, but screw you. We're not getting a wild card spot. We're getting the division. The only way we don't get the division is if the Dodgers start buying, if they start getting Betts and start getting Price and then start adding more players. Then what are you going to do, right? They're going to start just getting richer. But I'm telling you right now, the Diamondbacks are right there. And let me explain what Hazen did this year, okay? This guy came into the offseason with $30 million. Then you say, how the hell can you afford all these players with $30 million? Most GMs would have made 2 moves with the $30 million, right? That's all they would have done, and maybe a little small move. But Hazen got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. And I'm going to read the list for you. Bumgarner, Vogue, Guerrero, Calhoun, Rondon, Starling Marte. How does that happen? How do you afford that many players, 6 players for $30 million, which is $5 million each if you break it down? And 3 of those guys have some real talent. I'll tell you how. Madison Bumgarner. Not only did he take a team-friendly contract, but it was, a lot of it was deferred. Already brilliant. $6 million. Stephen Vogue had a really good bounce back year last year. That was in San Francisco. Watch out in Arizona. Okay? Another one of those under the radar moves like Del Scalzo a few years ago. Watch out. Okay? Guerrero, $3 million. Possibly a good bullpen piece that no one's paying attention to. Even if it does, who cares? $3 million. Calhoun, $6 million. 30 home run player. Definitely got a great defensive cannon for an arm. Fits in Arizona. Will do very well over there because he's an Arizona guy. So what are we up to so far? 6, 12, 15, $18 million I just mentioned so far. Okay? Hector Rondon, $4 million. So we're up to $22 million. So now what do you say? Like, oh God, we only have around $8 million. Who are we going to get? Well, if we're going to get somebody, we have to trade Robbie Ray, right? We're going to have to trade that $11 million contract to get a big player like Starling Marte, which is, even as a huge Diamondback fan, that's what I thought. But no, let me tell you why he didn't do that. Remember the deals that he got for David Peralta? He saved around $1.8 million for that. And then he took Robbie Ray. And then he saved around 1.5. Okay? So they saved around 3.3 to 3.5 million on that deal. May not look like much at that time. But what that just did was just add around 3.5 million, and then you add that to the 8 million you already had. And now you got 11.5 million. Okay? What is Starling Marte's contract? 11.5 million. What did Pittsburgh throw in? 1.5 million. So now the Diamondbacks have still $1.5 to $2 million left. And they got all those players. All those players. And I'm telling you, most GMs would have already signed Bumgarner for over $100-something million. And then they would have had another guy to sign and they would have been done. But no, Hazen just got piece by piece by piece. And what did he have to give up? 2 19-year-old prospects who everybody says, oh yeah, they have the high ceiling later. Let me tell you something. These guys haven't even done anything yet. Right? Yeah, maybe the kid who's 19, Malone, who can pitch a little bit, throws 96, but who cares? So did Duplantier a few years ago. It looked amazing. This guy's terrible. He can't stay healthy. Looked amazing on Rice before he got injured. Look what happened. What does that mean? Okay? The other player. The only reason we got rid of Peguero is because we have a shortstop ahead of him. We have Nick Ahmed for the future. Right? We have behind him Blaise Alexander. We have guys. So when you build these pieces, okay, you can take what Hazen has done into your life. Right? If you want to save money when you buy something, so you want to buy furniture and you save here and you save here, you can buy something here. As a general manager, I'm a GM, and I've done sales before my whole life. And if you save here, you can buy here. You have to be smart with how you do it. And that is what he's doing. Okay? And yet, during that time, our minor league has been stacking up more and more. Don't forget, we had 3 top outfielders about to come in a few years. And we have Dalton, who can play catcher and outfield, coming up in another year, if not the end of this year. The Diamondbacks have a bunch of ready guys coming up if this doesn't work. But I want to examine more the Starling Marte deal with you. I challenge you guys after this video to go look up Starling Marte's stats in Arizona when he plays there. Every year that this man goes to Arizona, last year I believe he was 7 for 14 in Arizona. A couple years ago, he batted 400 in Arizona. Almost every game he has a hit to 3 hits a game. Go back to a few years before the steroid thing. See how many hits he had. He kills in Arizona. People do not realize the big impact. Let's take Mookie Betts and let's take Starling Marte. If Mookie Betts goes to San Diego, he will bat 280 to 300 with 25 to 30 home runs, okay, and a bunch of stolen bases and a Gold Glove outfield. Starling Marte in Arizona is going to bat 280 to 300, get 30 home runs, about 25 to 30 stolen bases, and much cheaper. It's just a smart, brilliant move, and you have another option for the year after. If it turns out to be that it sucks, you buy him out for $2 million. It's just phenomenal, okay? And after this year, the Diamondbacks do not have a lot of money on the books. So let's make believe the Diamondbacks are so close this year. Say the Dodgers do win the division. Say Mookie Betts goes to LA and it just happens to be that the Diamondbacks get the wild card and then we go against the Dodgers and they eliminate us. Okay? The Diamondbacks have the money for next year to get whatever we were missing. Maybe it was a pitcher, right? Maybe it was a bullpen piece. But we have the money. We have it. We are set up for so many years to come. And that's because Hazen saved. People have to start looking at these deals. You have to start looking at the 1 million saved here, the 0.5 in arbitration here, the 250,000 here, and you have to add this all up. And the most important thing that I'm going to tell you out of all this, we're able to keep Robbie Ray, which is wonderful because what that does is if Zach Gallen or Luke Weaver turn out to not be what we hoped, Robbie Ray is there. It was going to be a lot of pressure on the Diamondback young guys to step up. But now you got two different left-handers too. Okay? But they're both going to come at you. And let me tell you, if Robbie Ray coming into a free agent year can stay healthy, who the hell wouldn't want him? If you remember a few years ago how dominant he was. And I'm telling you, everybody's not looking. They're not looking at what Hazen did. Everybody's saying, and if you watch MLB rumors and you watch all these things, they're saying, the Diamondbacks, they got better a little bit. They're sneaky good. It's not even that they're great. They're flying so much under the radar. They are not being paid attention to the way they should. And come May or June, when the Diamondbacks are up many games, everyone's going to start taking them serious. Now take a look at the Diamondback schedule. March and April is not easy. Where I like their schedule is in the beginning of August, right? So if the Diamondbacks are staying around, I believe they have Kansas City and San Francisco and Miami in August, which is great, or Pittsburgh. To me, that's a huge thing coming out of there, right? You want to stay around and then play these guys a little bit later. Look at Washington last year. And nobody expected them to do good after the start that they had. So don't buy too much into the start, or don't buy into, teams get hot later. I'm just enamored with the way baseball is right now, and I'm excited to see the pressure on other teams. I'm excited as a Diamondback fan to see the pressure on the Dodgers and the Padres, right? Let me know where do you want Mookie Betts to go, if you prefer LA or San Diego, because it'd be interesting, right? Because if he goes to LA, it's just a 2-team division. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Extremely excited, guys. I can't wait. Let me know your thoughts on Mookie, and let me know your thoughts on what I said about Mike Hazen, because to me, phenomenal offseason. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.